Hello and welcome. Today's practice is gentle yoga with a focus on your joint health. So we will be focusing on very gentle practices that improve your joint health and mobility. So let's take it slow and let's listen to your body. If there is anything in the practice that does not feel right for you, there is nothing wrong with modifying or just opting out of that pose. So we will start today in a seated position, either cross-legged or legs extended out in front of you, or chair is an option as well. But just make sure that the feet are planted firmly on the ground. For this practice today, you will need a block and you will need a big long blanket roll. So take a few moments to set yourself up. The blanket roll does need to be quite long. And then I'll meet you back here to start our practice today. So as we start to settle in, once you've found your comfortable seated position, and only if you're comfortable here to close down your eyes or just softly focus or gaze the eyes on a fixed object. And I just want you to start by turning your attention in and just noticing the natural way that your breath moves. And then acknowledge any thoughts or feelings that arise for you. And then so we're all moving through the same breath. Wherever you are in your breath cycle at the moment, let's all just take an exhale together. A nice slow exhale out through the mouth. We're going to breathe in for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause and hold the breath. 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Repeat that cycle. Breathe in for a count of 4. Pause for a count of 4. Breathe out for a count of 4. You're going to repeat that 3 more times. Breathe in for a count of 4. Hold and pause for 4. Breathe out for a count of 4. The last 2 cycles in your own time. Take one more round, and this time focus on relaxing your shoulders and just letting go of any tension. Slowly start to lower your chin towards that little collarbone notch here. We're going to slowly roll the neck all the way around in one direction. 3 times we're going to move through this. Nice slow neck rolls. One last. And as your chin comes back towards the center point and collarbone notch, you're slowly going to move in the opposite direction. Again, nice slow movement 3 times. Giving yourself the opportunity to notice all the little feelings that you feel connected to that slow and mindful movement. As you finish this last one, bring your awareness again just back to your natural breath, moving in and out. And if you're still in your chair, or if you opted for a chair, we're just going to move through cat-cows, which can be taken in a chair as well. So sitting again in this position, take your hands just behind the line of your hips, press the finger pads into that area, draw the shoulders back, open the chest up. And then hold that length and integrity in the spine as you bring your hands towards the knees. As you breathe in here, draw the belly forward, roll the shoulders back, look up. As you breathe out, round back through the spine. Keep drawing the navel back towards the spine, chin tucks in towards the chest. This is seated cat-cow. We're going to move through 4 more together. As you breathe in, front of the body opens. And as you breathe out, the back of your body opens. Again, just be really mindful, because we're moving so slowly here. Be mindful of each little movement the spine makes, the belly makes, and the opposite side of the body. Moving through 1 more with your breath. And then to finish that cycle off, slowly bring your way back to a neutral spine. I'm just going to turn side on here for you. Uncross the legs, extend them out in front of you. And again, just take your hands behind the line of the hips, press down into the finger pads here. Encourage a nice tall spine, reach through the crown of your head. Draw the toes back towards your shins, lift your kneecaps, engage your thighs. Press the inner thighs down towards the ground. And then slowly with each out breath, I'm just going to encourage you to start pivoting from the hips and moving slightly forward into a forward fold over the legs. Keep that nice engagement in the legs. Keep moving into your variation of a forward fold. Hands can move with you as you move. And again, just find a place in this forward fold or forward stretch that feels optimum for you. Wherever that is you arrive, take 5 natural breaths there. Or natural breath cycles, I should say. So a full and complete inhale and exhale. As mindfully as you went into that pose, slowly come out. Again, take the hands behind the line of your hips, press and extend up through the spine. And then slowly draw the right knee and thigh in towards the chest. Pressing the hand down behind the hips, lengthen your left arm all the way up to the ceiling. And then as you breathe out, you're going to turn towards your right and hook the left elbow over the right knee. And then just change the hand position behind the hips to feel comfortable for you. Play around with your head position. See where or what feels right. And again, pause and hold for 5 breaths. Slowly unravel. Again, mindfully extend both legs out in front of you. Press the finger pads down behind the line of the hips. Draw the shoulders back, lengthen up through the spine. And then draw the left knee towards the chest. Left hand settles down behind the hips. Inhale, right arm extends. And as you exhale, you're turning the chest towards the left. Hook the right arm over the left knee. And be mindful of any differences that you're aware of on this side. Do you notice any different sensations, any different feelings? Just notice, you're only observing. Make any adjustments as you need to accommodate your body. And take 3 more breaths here. You might even like to come back to that breath cycle we started at the beginning of the practice. So the 4, 4, 4. 4 for your inhale, 4 for your pause, 4 for your exhale. Slowly unravel. Again, last opportunity to lengthen through this, well, not the last opportunity, but the last opportunity here to lengthen through the spine. And then slowly start to make your way down to your back. Bring your heels in close to your sit bones, and then cross your right ankle over your left knee so the legs look like a figure 4. And there's a couple of options here depending on the hip flexibility. So draw the legs in towards your body. Now you're either going to take the hands and weave them in between the legs and just take a hold of the back of the left thigh. If you have a little bit more room to move, you could take the hands towards the front of the left shin. And again, you might notice some strong sensation around the right glute. Could notice sensations on the inner thighs. Shoulders. Just be aware of what you notice. Hold for 5 breaths. Slowly unhook the interlace of the hands. We're taking it to the opposite side now, so gently lower the foot to the ground, unhook the leg. Now we're moving through the left leg. So reposition the ankle over your right knee, draw the legs together in towards the body, and then take up the interlace of the hands wherever worked for you on the opposite side. And again, just take a moment to notice sensations, what you are aware of in your body. Has movement just shifted to the opposite side of the body now? Is it somewhere different? Does it feel more or less comfortable? Can you make an adjustment for it to feel more comfortable? And this is all that body awareness is just taking the time to notice. Take 3 more breaths here. Slowly release the hands, lower the feet to the ground. Take the arms and extend them out at shoulder level. Heel toe your feet as wide as your mat and just gently let the knees rock from side to side. We're just taking a couple of spinal twists here. Nice slow movement. Let the knees drop together from one side to the other. Feel into the joints of the hips here. Feel into the shoulders. Add some movement to the neck and feel into the neck. And then slowly make your way back to center. If you don't have your block in a reaching position, gently grab your block. Come back down to a lying position. Again, shuffle the feet so that the heels are close enough to the sit bones but slightly wider than the hips. Take a full and deep breath into the belly here. And then as you exhale, squeeze your navel down towards your spine, and as you do that, start to press into the feet, lift the hips up off the ground, and then take your block and play around with the levels. You just want to support the back of your hips with your block. So there's the lowest level, you can shift your block up to the medium level. For some of you who even want to play around with a little bit more back bend, press down into the balls of the feet and take the block to the highest level, and then just lower the heels there. So find the level. It's supposed to feel restorative for you. So find the level that gives you the opportunity to relax into the pose. And we're holding here for 5 slow breaths. Maybe even coming back to that cycle of 4, 4, 4. Notice your thoughts, notice your feelings. If your mind is wandering, remind yourself where you are and what you're doing right here and now. Bring your awareness back to your body. Slowly finish up on whatever cycle of breath you're on now. Press down into the feet, lift your hips away from the block, remove the block and slowly lower your spine back down vertebrae by vertebrae. Nice and slow and steady. Before we move into our final pose, you might again like to just do a gentle spinal twist to relieve any tension that might have been created in the lower spine. And then gently roll to one side. Use your arms to support you all the way back up. And this is where we're going to use our blanket. So I'm just going to show you how to set yourselves up. So you're going to take your feet together in this bound angle pose with the legs, Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet are pressed together. Take your blanket roll and place it over the tops of the feet, and then gently pull the blanket in and around so it settles just below the outer calves. And then that's actually going to help just support that bound angle pose. Then come back slowly to the elbows. Just take a moment here to settle in. Notice any feeling in the hip joints, the knees, the ankles. And then as you're ready, slowly lower the body all the way down to the ground. Make any adjustments to your shoulders, to your arms, to your hands. And again, we're here for 5 slow breaths. The end of your 5th breath, take your hands onto the outer parts of your thighs, and you're going to use your hands to help bring your legs together. If you can reach your blanket to remove your blanket, just pop the blanket off to the side, extend your legs out, let your hands rest by your sides, palms facing up. And as you settle into Savasana, just give yourself a moment here to completely relax. And if that means just gently scanning your body from head to toe and allowing any amount of tension just to drop away from you. Be very aware of your breath, the way it moves. The support of it. Gently start to add some movement to your hands, to your toes, to your feet, to your head and neck. Draw your knees in towards your chest. And gently roll to one side, giving yourself a moment there to integrate all your practice, and then slowly start to make your way to a seated position, comfortable seated position. Bow your head towards your heart, press your hands to your heart in prayer position. Thank you for joining me. It's important for you to listen to your body and take these practices into your daily routine. Thank you once again for joining me. Namaste.